So when I say ailing, what do we understand? Something which is wounded, something which is hurt, something which is damaged, or something that is in an urge of recovery. Man are the most dangerous animal in the world. Every 4 days, there is an increase of world's population by 1 million. Hello students and welcome to Prep School English classes. Today's session is chapter 5 from your Hornbill textbook, the lesson title, The Ailing Planet, the Green Moment's Role. So when I say ailing, what do we understand? Something which is wounded, something which is hurt, something which is damaged, or something that is in an urge of recovery, isn't it? So, what is wounded? What is damaged? What is trying to recover itself? That is none other than our own planet. So, when I say planet, we are talking about our planet, our universe, our Mother Earth. Now, all of us know, without even me telling y'all, that mankind or human beings are recklessly damaging or destructing the planet for its own benefits, isn't it? So it's nothing very new when I say global warming. All of you know what are the reasons behind global warming, isn't it? So in today's session, this lesson brings an awareness to us to tell us that the earth itself is a living organism and it is high time that we protect or take care of our planet. So let's look at the green movement's role in safeguarding or protecting the environment or the universe, the earth. So what is that I will be discussing today? I will be discussing about who is the author of the lesson, what is the title, the theme, and the significance? Is there any moral? Who are the characters? Who are the speakers of this lesson? Few words and the expressions in the context, in the textbook that you can see. And then I will summarize the lesson with what is the content in the lesson, followed by the types of question, and then how does the lesson conclude at all. So with this, moving forward, let's look at the author. Now the author is an Indian author. He is a lawyer by himself. He is Nani Palakhiwala. So Nani Palakhiwala, who is an Indian author, talks about the effects of the present planet and how human beings have destroyed it and how it has to be taken care. So he is an awarder of Padma Vibhushan also. So let's look at what is the lesson all about. To look at the overview of the lesson is about environment protection. What is the lesson about? It's about the environment protection. And then the central idea, the lesson revolves around what is each of our role to save the environment. What is each of our role to save the environment? Thus, the theme of the lesson revolves around different movements that help in conservation of environment. There are umpteen number of movements which are coming. So what are they and how has it brought an impact to the mankind? So this being the lesson, the central idea and the theme all talks about how to protect the environment. Let's look at, is there a message that we get to see in this lesson? Yes, we need to understand how Earth is breathing hard for its survival. When you look at the sentence only, there is sadness, isn't it? Earth, which is our own home, does not know how to survive. It is breathing hard for its survival. So who is responsible? We. It's you and me who are responsible for the pathetic condition of the planet. So what is the moral? So what is the moral? What should we do at all? So let's be responsible and make conservation as a priority. It could be small thing when we are horning, or when we are making noise in a vehicle, or when you are opening the tap and wasting the water, or when we are having a lot of, wants to say, let's build 5 to 6 to 10 to, lots of houses for ourselves and become a billionaire. All those things have to cut down, and then we should try to conservation of the environment should be a priority. We shouldn't run behind having a lot of assets. We shouldn't run behind having a lot of money. Instead, let's live the short period, in the earth, what that we have borrowed from our future generation, we need to keep it for them, isn't it? So destroying it isn't our right at all. So let's understand conservation should be our priority. Let us have less wants, less needs, and let us enjoy our temporary stay in this beautiful planet. So the conclusion is intensive exploitation of humans for their survival and development must be seriously looked upon. Building after building, vehicle after vehicle, industry after industry, electricity, cabling, whatnot. I don't have to talk it out at all, isn't it? You would have seen that, the forest area are all the trees are being cut because high tension wires have to go. The forests have been cut because railway lines have to be put. The forests are cut because of the internet or, the technical connectivity. So when will a tree grow at all? Is it possible to just go and plant some tree in a forest land wherein the tree is not supposed to be there, but the actual tree which is grown for years together is been chopped? When are we going to be educated? So with this, dear children, take it up seriously, understand the deep message and the moral and the lesson. How does it conclude about stopping of whatever is happening presently with the human mankind? It's important. So with this, let me take you forward to understand few of the names mentioned in the lesson. They are not the characters, but there are few popular personalities. Their names are mentioned and what is the contribution or what is the awareness that they have brought. If you look at the first one, Copernicus, he was a man who was a discoverer. So he is brought in a revolutionary change since the year 1972, followed by Mr. L.K. Jha. He was a brand commissioner member, so he's also played his part in preserving the nature. And then Lester R. Brown, who is an author, so he has brought in awareness in his book. And then James Speth, who is the president of the World Resource Institute, he has put in tremendous work or tremendous concepts to preserve the planet. And then Margaret Thatcher, she is a British stateswoman who is in fact put in her bit of contribution in helping out to preserve, to conserve the environment. With this, let's move forward to understand there are certain facts that we are not aware of. Let me just bring it back to you so that it will bring more awareness not only to you but to me also. So when we talk about the earth, when we talk about our own planet, when we talk about our own earth, that is our own home, there are a lot of things that we know, but we are not taking it up seriously. There is absolutely no contribution from our side at all. It's only like, we speak, but we do not practice. So dear children, little things, if we implement it, I'm sure somewhere little bit of help we can give to our own Mother Earth, to our own home for a better place for us to live. So what are these facts? You look at it, Earth is an ailing planet. All of us know this, isn't it? Earth is a dying planet. So we talk about it. Who is responsible? It is we. So let's keep it in mind. Let's do something to bring back life to the earth. All right. Moving to the next one. Earth has come close to a state of extinction. Correct? All of us believe that Earth has got nothing to do. You would have seen the present time when there is a pandemic. How shivered are we? How jittered are we? Why is it? Because the earth itself is not able to do anything at all. So it's come to a state of extinction because we are in million and billion populated and our activities are nevertheless ending at all. We are going on. Technology is improving, destroying everything present in the present earth. Moving forward, we are exploiting this planet recklessly and destroying it. Yes, there's nothing to hide about it. We have seen it. We are doing it. Both of us, you're also doing, I'm also doing. We are exploiting the earth. We are recklessly damaging our own home. So moving forward, earth itself is a living organism. And it has got its own metabolism, isn't it? Just like how we have life, how we have our own metabolism, in the sense when we have food, it helps us. It helps us to live. That's a part of a metabolism. So earth itself is a living organism. So the trees, the rivers, the mountains, everything, the soil, it is its food for it to live. What are we doing? We are destructing it, isn't it? So understand that earth is a living organism and it has got its own metabolism. We have no right to disturb its metabolism. Lastly, the role we played today is very, very important for the coming generation. Understand this, children. The role that we play today is very, very important for the coming generation, because we are living in a universe which has been borrowed by our future generation. By our own children, we have borrowed it. So we need to return it. It is not that, we live and we finish it. So understand the facts about what is the state, what is the plight of our own planet. Moving forward, you need to understand few of the words in context while you read the lesson. Starting with recalled is simple. It is remember. Gripped also, you are aware of it. It is controlled. Irrevocably is permanently. Holistic, complete and comprehensive. Steward means caretakers. Legacy is consequences. Scorched is burnt. Scorched is burnt. Moving forward, some more to go. Impoverished is deprived. Unsustainable, not possible to replace. Unsustainable is a very important word. Not possible to replace. Phase extinction is have no member at all. There won't be anybody present in the earth at all. Catastrophic is disastrous. Eroding, gradually disappearing. Coercion is force transcending. And disseminated is largely reduced. Quickly have a look at the words. So these were few. Let's look at some more. To start with, forefathers are ancestors. Tenancy means temporary. Felicitous means appropriate. Beget, give birth to. Designated means you have named something. Patrimony is inheritance and precede is come before or came before. Impaired is harmed. Ailing means sick. Catalog, classified. Stewards is caretakers. I think it's repeated. Languish means remain. Evolution, development. And freeholders, permanent occupancy. Quickly have a look at it. So you got to see few of the unfamiliar words in the context while you read the textbook. Kindly connect the words and you understand. Moving forward, let me take you to the expressions that your textbook gives you. Have a look at it as I read it out for you. The first one, a holistic and ecological view, understanding the importance of Earth. Sustainable development, a balanced development meeting the needs of the present and of the future too. Languish, lot of species which are unnoticed. ignominious darkness, disgraced without knowledge, inter alia, among other things, decimated, reduced drastically, catastrophic depletion, disastrous and harmful reduction, transcending concern, or concern that surpasses generation and boundaries. So, these are few of the textbook expression. Now, since the CBSE sample paper is out, dear children, it is important for you to understand the expressions that are highlighted or written in bold in your textbook lesson, and also you need to be familiar with the unfamiliar words. Why do I say this? That's because your question paper will include 1 mark MCQ, that is your multiple choice question, wherein you will have options. So that is where the expressions will come in hand. So moving forward, let's go into what do you mean by a ailing planet. So when I say ailing, I already told you all that something which is hurt, something which is damaged, something which is trying to recover, something which is in deep pain, it is coming out of its hurt. So that is ailing. And what are we talking about? We are talking about the planet. So which is a planet? Our own planet, the Earth, our own universe. So what is that the lesson is all about? I will be dividing the lesson into few subtopics. So let me give you an introduction. Let's look at what is the green moment and what is the realization that human beings got out of the green moment. What do you mean by a sustainable moment? And what is the contribution of the man and how is man being responsible? And how do we question ourselves about what is happening presently? What do you mean by biological system? What is mankind destroys forest? What do you mean out of it? What is the era of responsibility? What do you mean by overpopulation? How does it affect the universe? And how does the lesson conclude at all? So with this subtopic, this is split of what you see in the lesson. Dear children, the lesson has got nothing to explain. It's that you need to read it. It's like an article where you read and you get to know and you will come out of your own views. However, I will take you through the lesson with these subtopics. So, moving to the introduction, what do you see there? What do you see there? So, something which you see is very disturbed. Something which you see which is very confused. That is the earth itself. So, to introduce you to the lesson, we are talking about the gradual deterioration of the earth's environment. What are we talking about? We are talking about the gradual deterioration of the earth's environment. Our planet is no longer a pleasant place to live. We have come across this. We have felt it, isn't it? Our planet is no longer a pleasant place to live. We need to protect our grasslands, the fisheries, and the croplands. These become the biological factor. These are responsible for the earth's metabolism. So, it is high time that we realize that we need to protect these biological factors, that's the grassland, fisheries, croplands, etc. And the population rise needs to be stopped. The population, Earth is overpopulated, isn't it? So that has to be stopped. Only then we can take out the confusion. We can take out the lost look of the Earth. So moving forward, let's see about the green movement. Once again, when you look at the picture, it clearly depicts to show you that it is sick. The Earth is sick and it is trying to recover. It is a ailing planet. So, what is the green movement all about? It started in the year 1972. It started in the year 1972. It has captivated the imagination of the human race. It has in fact helped the humans to understand what is the seriousness of, or what is the planet or what is the earth all about, and what are the restrictions that we need to hold to live in this planet. So it was the world's history. Until then, nobody even realized what was happening. It was only in 1972 when the green movement started, people were aware. It brought an awareness that it is an environment, it is very important to conserve it. The world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. The movement was a great success. There was a revolutionary change in human beings. Human beings try to think, try to realize that they are going wrong somewhere. So it brought an holistic and ecological view of the world. So there was a change in the view that the human being, the mankind has looked at the earth or the universe. So moving forward, what was that realization? So what is that realization? It is that we need to save our planet. And all of you know that the Earth Day is celebrated on 22nd April of every year. But is it a very bright celebration? No, because day by day it's getting worse and we are not trying to actually prioritize the needs of the earth, isn't it? So what did one realize? So in the 16th century, everybody believed that planets revolve around the sun, and sun is the mere source of existence for any planet. Everybody believed that Earth and other planets revolved around the sun. Later, the world realized that Earth itself is a living organism. It has got its own metabolism for its survival. So they realized that Earth itself is a living organism. We are its part. It made us believe that we are the parts of this earth. So it has its own metabolic and vital processes. It's got its own significance, its own important processes, its own metabolism. Earth needs to be preserved. So we cannot take it lightly, and this has to be preserved. So Earth's vital signs reveal a patient in declining health. If the earth is not healthy, people are declining in health. If the earth is not surviving, it is affecting the human beings. If the earth cannot manage itself, that means the mankind is declining. So hence, the human beings realize that the survival is possible only if the planet Earth is taken care. So moving forward, let's look at what is a sustainable development. Now, what is a sustainable development? When I say sustainable, something which has no replacement. For example, if you destroy the whole grassland or the forest to build buildings and factories and industries, can that forest be replaced at all? No, isn't it? So let's look at what is sustainable development. Now, it was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. Now you understand that what is sustainable development? Development that met the needs of the present, without disturbing the needs of the future generation. When I say sustainable development means it's a kind of development which focuses on the needs of the present without disturbing the needs of the future too. So, while we are developing the needs of the present, we should be careful about the future generation as well. Alright? So, when we are trying to do something, we need to keep it in mind about the future generation from whom we have borrowed this planet. So, that is sustainable development. Moving forward, what is it about man? Man is the dangerous animal. Man is the one who has brought the planet into this state. The earth, the universe, the planet is upset not about any other living organism. It's upset only about man because he is the one who has tried and who is still destroying the earth. So what is it about man? In a zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, it is just a saying in your textbook, which is a fact. A cage reads, the world's dangerous animal, the world's most dangerous animal. So when we look at the cage, when we look into it, which is the dangerous animal? Let's look at it. It says inside the cage, as no animal, there is no animal, but there is a mirror wherein our own reflection is seen. That means to say, we, man, are the most dangerous animal in the world. So the reflection is seen. This is brought in awareness. It was very shocking to see that we are the dangerous animals. We are the responsible for our own declination. All right. So listed living species are around 1.4 million. Millions of other living species are still unknown. We are known about so many species, but the other species are still not identified. But there are billion and billion of species for which man is not allowing their existence at all. All right? So that's about man. Moving forward, questions ourselves. So we need to question ourselves about save us. Rather than saving the earth, we say how to save us. So in return, we need to save the earth because if we try to save it, it will in return save us. So what is it about? Mr. L.K. Jha, he was a member of the Brand Commission report. He raised the question. What did he raise the question to all of us? Whether we have to leave behind our successor a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscape, and ailing environment. He questions ourselves. He puts a question to himself. He puts a question to all of us. Should we leave the planet scorched, that is completely burned, that is deserted, without croplands, and a planet which is ailing for our successors, that is for our future generation? So that is a question which L.K. Jha, who is a member of the Brand Commission, has put. It is a food to thought to all of us. So moving forward, let's look at the biological systems. So when you look at it, Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his book, The Global Economic Prospect, he points out that Earth's principal biological system, he talks about Earth's principal biological system, that is the fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands. So these are essential for the earth. These are the biological factors for its metabolism. So these are the foundation of global economic system. These in return provide materials for the industry. So humans are claiming these resources and thus everything collapses. Humans are claiming the fisheries. Humans are claiming the croplands. Humans are claiming the grasslands, and then everything is collapsing because nothing is left for Earth's own metabolism. Excessive demand has resulted in deterioration and depletion of resources. Since there is a demand, excessive demand, man also is doing it commercial, and thus the resources are getting depleted. That is, it is completely reduced. Now, this leads to the breakdown of fisheries, disappearance of forest, deterioration of croplands, and turning the grasslands into barren land. All right. So we need to understand that because of excessive demands, everything is disappearing. It is not there at all. So this is the biological system. Understand that croplands, fisheries, forests and grasslands are very, very important for the universe, for the planet, for the earth's own existence, which man out of his selfish interest is trying to destruct the whole thing. Moving forward, mankind destroys forests. So, when you look at the forest, mankind is completely destroying it. What is it about? So, what is it about? Tropical forests are eroding at a rate of 40 to 50 million acre a year. It's a huge number, isn't it? 40 to 50 million acre, the forests are eroding. That is, it is reducing every year. James Speth, the president of the World's Resource Institute, says that we are losing an acre and a half land per second. Isn't it shocking that we are losing an acre and a half of land per second? Something to really think about. In Article 48 in the Constitution of India, that's for our country we are saying, states that safeguarding forests and wildlife. So we are talking about our own country and about our own self. It says, Constitution states that safeguarding forests and wildlife. But who is the one who's not doing it? Who is the one who's not doing it? So, law is neither respected or enforced in India. We never follow what is there in the Constitution, isn't it? So with this, let's move forward to understand what is it about overpopulation. With the overpopulation, neither the planet is healthy, nor we are healthy, nor any other living organism along with us are being healthy. So look at this. This is the strongest factor, that is about population, that's bothering the future of human society. Every 4 days, there is an increase of world's population by 1 million. For every 4 days, there is an increase of 1 million population around the world. This is decreasing the development of the country India. Understand that because of overpopulation in India, the development is decreasing. More people are without work. That's a fact, isn't it? Voluntary family planning to control the population should be the priority. So, when we talk about population, when we are being overpopulated and when we are our own self responsible for being unhealthy, it's important that we need to give top priority how to control the population. With this, let me move forward the era of responsibility. So, what is this era of responsibility? How are we responsible? A beautiful world starts with you and me, isn't it? The saying is very clear to say a beautiful world starts with you, starts with me. So what is it about? People are now understanding the concept that the entire world has to be treated as a whole and not as bits and parts. We have understood that when we talk about Earth, it's the entire world. It's not only what we live around our homes and around us. No, we no more can look at it as bits and pieces. We need to look at it as an entire world. Everyone has to work towards sustainable development of the world. Everybody has to work towards the sustainable development. As suggested by Margaret Thatcher and Lester Brown, see this, Earth is not our property. Earth is never not our property. We cannot claim that since we have some assets, some land, that is ours. No, it is not our property. It passes on from one generation to another, from our generation to another. It passes on with the hope that its resources are taken care and is intact. So what belongs to us is not permanently ours. It is not ours. It has to be passed on to further future generation, and thus the resources has to be taken care and should be intact. With this, let's move to the conclusion of the chapter. Of course, a beautiful world starts with you and me. That is very well depicted here. So what is the conclusion of the lesson? The chapter concludes with a beautiful saying. What is that beautiful saying? We have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. We have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. No. We have borrowed it from our children. We have borrowed it from our children. There's a deep thought that you can give with this statement to say that what we have got today, someone did not give us. Actually, we have taken it from our future generation. So we need to take care of it and we need to, in return, give it back. We have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. We have borrowed it from our children. Lastly, let's learn to take care of our planet to return the same to our children. So let's make an oath today that we will take care of our planet to safely pass it on to a future generation. So with this, we come to the end of the lesson. Taking you forward, let's understand what are the kinds of questions that you'll get to see. So your short answer questions, few are here for you. What is a green movement? How has it become popular all over the world? What is the concept of sustainable development? Who is the world's most dangerous animal and why? How are the biological systems endangering human beings? And your long answer, which are for 6 marks. Now, presently, the 6 marks will be changed into 5 marks going forward. Why does the author call the Earth the ailing planet, and how can the ailing planet survive? And then, which are the Earth's principal biological systems and what is their current ecological status? Explain the statement, forests precede mankind, deserts follow. So where do you get to see such statement? It's very much in your textbook. That is why I tell you all, dear children, that you need to read the textbook. It's very, very important. So, going forward in my live interaction session, the questions will be discussed, how to answer, and let's go in detail then. So, to conclude for the day, what is that I want to tell you? Save our planet, it's our only home. How true, isn't it? Earth is our home. Our planet is our home. Our universe is our home. So it is you and me that we need to take care of our home for a better living, isn't it? So remember, make every day a Earth Day. With this, see you in my next session. I will be doing Browning version. Until then, all smiles to you. Bye-bye.